Most seniors only need 90 minutes after dinner for their blood sugar to fall dangerously low, and that sudden drop can blast you wide awake in the middle of the night before you even realize what hit you. This is something almost no doctor explained clearly, yet it is one of the most common hidden reasons people over 60 wake up at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., or 3 a.m. with a racing heart, sweating, strange dreams, or a sense that something is wrong. Your body isn't trying to bother you, it's trying to rescue your brain. When blood sugar drops too quickly, the brain panics and fires emergency hormones that jolt you awake like an internal alarm siren. And the worst part is that most seniors have no idea this is happening because it all unfolds silently while they sleep. New research on adults over 60 shows that unstable nighttime glucose can disrupt deep sleep by nearly 40% and increase early morning fatigue, memory fog, anxiety, and even nighttime bathroom trips, all because the body is trying to correct sugar swings instead of resting. And the solution is surprisingly simple. You don't need extreme diets, strict fasting, or cutting out everything you love. You just need the right evening habits that keep your blood sugar stable long enough for your brain and body to stay asleep. In this video, we're going to uncover the 6 science-backed bedtime fixes that seniors can use to calm blood sugar before sleep, support steady levels through the night, and finally stop those 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. awakenings. These aren't gimmicks, they're practical, proven habits that older adults can apply immediately, and they work even if you've struggled with sleep for years. Make sure you stay until the end because fix number 2 shocked researchers the most. A simple nighttime adjustment that flattened dangerous glucose swings in seniors and improved deep sleep in just a few weeks. References for everything discussed are listed in the description below for your peace of mind. Before we dive in, here's a quick question. What time do you usually fall asleep? We're reading and replying to every single comment in the first hour, so tell us below. Now, let's get started with something most seniors never realized was sabotaging their entire night. Number 6. Stop eating refined carbohydrates after 6 p.m. The 6th fix is something you have probably heard before, but maybe did not fully understand why it matters so much for your sleep. When you eat refined carbohydrates like white bread, pasta, crackers, cookies, or sugary desserts in the evening hours, you are setting yourself up for a blood sugar disaster while you sleep. Refined carbs are processed foods that have been stripped of their natural fiber and nutrients, leaving behind fast-digesting starches and sugars that hit your bloodstream almost immediately after eating. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that consuming high glycemic foods within 3 hours of bedtime caused blood sugar to spike rapidly and then crash approximately 4 to 5 hours later, which corresponds perfectly with that 2 or 3 in the morning wake-up time so many seniors experience. The reason this happens is simple when you understand it. Your body digests refined carbs very quickly, causing a surge of glucose in your blood. Your pancreas responds by releasing a large amount of insulin to bring that sugar down. But when your body over-releases insulin because of how fast those carbs hit your system, your blood sugar can go too low while you are sleeping. This triggers the stress hormone response we talked about earlier, and suddenly you are wide awake staring at the ceiling. The fix here is to stop eating these refined carbs after 6 in the evening, giving your body time to process any residual sugar before you go to bed. If you need a snack in the evening, swap that bowl of ice cream or those crackers for something that contains protein, healthy fat, or complex carbohydrates that digest slowly. Think of a small portion of nuts, some cheese with whole grain crackers, or a tablespoon of natural peanut butter with celery sticks. These foods release their energy gradually rather than all at once, keeping your blood sugar stable throughout the night. The key is consistency because your body actually learns to expect certain patterns and adjusts its insulin response accordingly. After about 2 weeks of avoiding refined evening carbs, many people report significantly fewer nighttime awakenings. This simple shift in what you eat and when you eat it can make a tremendous difference in your sleep quality. But avoiding the wrong foods is only part of the solution because what you drink before bed matters even more than most people realize. Number 5. Limit alcohol consumption in the evening hours. Many seniors enjoy a glass of wine or a cocktail in the evening as a way to relax and unwind after a long day, but this habit might be the very thing sabotaging your sleep. Alcohol is tricky because it actually does help you fall asleep faster initially, which is why so many people believe it is good for sleep. However, research from the National Sleep Foundation revealed that alcohol severely disrupts the second half of your sleep cycle by causing dramatic blood sugar instability. Here's what happens in your body when you drink alcohol before bed. Initially, alcohol causes your blood sugar to rise because many alcoholic beverages contain carbohydrates and your liver temporarily stops releasing stored glucose while it focuses on processing the alcohol. But then, several hours later, when your liver finishes metabolizing the alcohol, it releases a flood of stored glucose all at once, causing your blood sugar to spike and then crash. A study from the journal Sleep Medicine found that adults over 60 who consumed even moderate amounts of alcohol within 4 hours of bedtime had significantly more fragmented sleep and lower blood sugar levels during the second half of the night compared to nights when they abstained. The researchers noted that older adults are particularly susceptible because their livers process alcohol more slowly, extending this disruptive effect even longer. If you enjoy an evening drink, the best approach is to finish your last alcoholic beverage at least 4 hours before you plan to sleep. This gives your liver enough time to fully metabolize the alcohol and return to normal blood sugar regulation before you are deep in your sleep cycle. You might also consider reducing the overall amount you drink because even one glass of wine can affect sensitive individuals. Some people find that switching to a small amount of tart cherry juice in the evening provides the relaxation ritual they are looking for without the blood sugar chaos, since tart cherry juice actually contains natural melatonin and has been shown to support healthy sleep. Now that we have covered what to avoid, let's talk about something positive you should be adding to your evening routine. Before we go further, hit like and subscribe with the bell on because what's coming next could save your health. Number 4. Add a protein-rich snack about 90 minutes before bed. This fix might seem counterintuitive because many people have been told not to eat anything close to bedtime, but the research tells a different story when it comes to blood sugar stability. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that consuming a small protein-rich snack about 90 minutes before bed actually helps stabilize blood sugar throughout the night in older adults, reducing nighttime awakenings by nearly 25%. The key word here is protein, not just any food. Protein digests slowly and steadily, providing a slow-burning fuel that keeps your metabolic fire going at a steady pace through the night. The best protein choices for this evening snack include foods like a small portion of cottage cheese, a few slices of turkey, a hard-boiled egg, a handful of almonds, or some Greek yogurt without added sugar. These foods provide protein along with some healthy fats that further slow digestion and extend that blood sugar stabilizing effect. The 90-minute timing is important because you want your body to have started digesting and absorbing the protein before you fall asleep, but you don't want to go to bed with a completely full stomach, which can cause other sleep disruptions. Portion size matters here too, because eating too much will make you uncomfortable, and eating too little won't provide enough stabilizing effect. Aim for a snack that contains approximately 15 to 20 grams of protein, which is roughly the amount in 1 cup of cottage cheese or 2 ounces of turkey breast. Researchers from the University of Florida found that this specific combination of protein amount and timing created optimal conditions for blood sugar stability during the night. Many seniors who adopt this habit report not only sleeping through the night, but also waking up feeling more refreshed and less hungry in the morning because their blood sugar stayed stable instead of crashing. The right snack helps tremendously, but there's another physical factor that makes an even bigger difference for blood sugar control. Number 3, take a gentle 20-minute walk after your evening meal. Physical activity after eating is one of the most powerful tools you have for preventing blood sugar spikes, and yet most people completely ignore this strategy. When you eat a meal, glucose from that food enters your bloodstream and needs to go somewhere. Your muscle cells are like little sponges that can absorb and use glucose. But here is the fascinating part. A study from the American Diabetes Association found that light physical activity after eating significantly increases how much glucose your muscles pull from your blood, reducing the spike that would otherwise occur. Researchers discovered that just a 20-minute gentle walk after dinner reduced post-meal blood sugar peaks by nearly 30% in adults over 60. You do not need to do intense exercise or work up a sweat. In fact, vigorous activity can actually stress your body and raise cortisol levels, which makes blood sugar control worse. The ideal approach is a relaxed stroll around your neighborhood, or even just walking around your house if the weather is bad or mobility is limited. The timing is crucial here because the glucose-absorbing effect is strongest within the first 60 to 90 minutes after eating. This is when your blood sugar is naturally rising as food gets digested, and gentle movement during this window helps your muscles act as a buffer by soaking up that excess glucose. If you eat dinner at 6 and then sit down to watch television for the rest of the evening, that glucose has nowhere to go except to spike your blood sugar and trigger a bigger crash later. But if you eat dinner at 6 and then take a pleasant walk at 6:30, your muscles actively pull glucose out of your bloodstream, creating a much smoother and more stable blood sugar curve throughout the night. Many seniors find that this evening walk also helps with digestion, reduces feelings of bloating, and provides a natural transition into a calmer evening state of mind. You can make it social by walking with a spouse or friend, or use it as quiet time to reflect on your day. The physical and mental benefits combine to create better conditions for deep, uninterrupted sleep. Movement helps your body use glucose better, but what you do right before getting into bed has an even greater impact on your nighttime blood sugar levels. Number 2, practice stress reduction techniques in the final hour before sleep. Stress and blood sugar are connected in ways that most people do not fully appreciate, and this connection becomes even more important as we age. When you feel stressed, worried, or anxious, your body releases cortisol and adrenaline, which are hormones designed to prepare you for danger. One of the main effects of these stress hormones is raising your blood sugar, so you have energy available to fight or flee. The problem is that in modern life, our stressors rarely require physical action. Watching stressful news, worrying about family members, ruminating on health concerns, or thinking about financial worries all triggered this same stress response without any physical outlet for that extra blood sugar. A landmark study from Carnegie Mellon University found that elevated evening cortisol levels were strongly associated with blood sugar instability during sleep and more frequent nighttime awakenings in older adults. The researchers noted that stress reduction before bed was nearly as effective as dietary changes for improving nighttime blood sugar stability. The most effective stress reduction techniques for evening use include deep breathing exercises, progressive muscle relaxation, gentle stretching, meditation, or simply reading a calming book. Deep breathing is particularly powerful because it directly activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which is the opposite of your stress response. When you take slow, deep breaths, especially when your exhale is longer than your inhale, you send a signal to your brain that you are safe and can relax. This reduces cortisol production and helps your blood sugar settle into a stable range. Progressive muscle relaxation involves systematically tensing and then releasing different muscle groups in your body, which helps release physical tension that you might not even realize you were holding. Start with your feet. Squeeze them tight for 5 seconds, then completely relax them. Move up to your calves, thighs, stomach, chest, arms, and face. This practice takes about 10 minutes and leaves most people feeling significantly calmer. Avoid screens during this final hour before bed if possible, because blue light and stimulating content both work against the relaxation response you're trying to create. Instead, create a calming routine that signals to your body that it is time to wind down and prepare for rest. Managing stress is incredibly important, but the number one fix is something that works even faster and has the strongest research support of anything we have discussed today. Number 1, consume apple cider vinegar before your final meal of the day. The number one fix for preventing blood sugar spikes that wake you up at night is surprisingly simple and remarkably effective. Apple cider vinegar has been used for centuries as a health tonic, but only recently has modern science begun to understand exactly why it works so well for blood sugar control. A groundbreaking study published in the journal Diabetes Care found that consuming apple cider vinegar before a meal reduced post-meal blood sugar spikes by up to 34% in older adults. The researchers at Arizona State University discovered that the acetic acid in apple cider vinegar slows down the rate at which food leaves your stomach and enters your small intestine. This slower digestion means glucose enters your bloodstream more gradually instead of all at once, preventing those dramatic crashes that lead to crashes while you sleep. Another study from Harvard Medical School found that participants who took apple cider vinegar before their evening meal had significantly more stable blood sugar levels throughout the night and reported up to 40% fewer nighttime awakenings compared to the control group. The mechanism is elegant in its simplicity. By moderating how quickly your body absorbs glucose from your meal, apple cider vinegar essentially flattens the blood sugar curve. Instead of a sharp mountain peak followed by a deep valley, you get gentle rolling hills that your body can easily manage while you sleep. The best way to use apple cider vinegar for blood sugar control is to consume it about 15 to 20 minutes before your final meal of the day. Mix 1 to 2 tablespoons of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar into a full glass of water. Drinking it diluted is important because straight vinegar is too acidic for your esophagus and tooth enamel. Some people find the taste challenging at first, and if that's you, try adding a small amount of honey or drinking it through a straw to minimize the taste experience. Consistency is what creates the best results. Daily use before your evening meal for 2 to 3 weeks is when most people notice a significant improvement in their sleep quality. Raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar with the mother, which appears as cloudy strands in the liquid, is considered the most effective because it contains beneficial enzymes and probiotics that support overall digestive health. You can find this in most grocery stores in the vinegar or health food section. This simple, affordable fix takes less than 2 minutes of your evening routine and has stronger research backing than almost any other natural approach to blood sugar stability during sleep. Those are the 6 fixes that can help stabilize your blood sugar before bed and finally put an end to those frustrating middle-of-the-night wake-up calls. Remember, start with the ones that feel most manageable for you and build from there. Your body responds to consistency, so give each change at least 2 weeks before judging its effectiveness. The beautiful thing about all 6 of these fixes is that they work together, and the more you implement, the better your results will be. If this information was helpful to you today, please hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video about staying healthy and sleeping well as you age. Thank you so much for watching.